Hi friends, today I'll teach you how to use calculated field of pivot table. This is very useful while doing pivot table calculations, especially when we have limited number of columns in my master data in pivot source data, and we need to add certain columns, certain customized fields for certain reports. I'll show you example for this. Let me to proceed for it. I'll open first some raw data as usual. This is my raw data. Let me to create a pivot table, normal pivot table. Then I will show you. So in my data, if you see, I have 8 fields. Column A to column H, employee code, first name, last name, department, region, branch, hire date, and salary. I need to derive some extra fields, suppose, which are not a part of my main data, but that can be the part of my pivot table report, which is called calculated field. Let me to start with some pivot table reports. So you know well how to make a pivot table report. Be inside data anywhere. No need to select your data for this. When you go to insert tab and then left hand side I have pivot table options. Here we have two options. In older version we have one options to make pivot table. 2019 we have two options. First options means you want to create pivot table based on Excel table or range, and second options if you want to create pivot table based on external data source. So I'm inside the main data. I go to insert tab and then I go to pivot table. I click first options. It will select my list range automatically. You can cross check if list range correct or not. Hopefully it's correct. Yes, in my case it's correct. Then I go to OK. Why? Because I want to create pivot table into a new worksheet. So by default, as you know, new worksheet is checked by default. So I'll just say OK so that I can create some samples of pivot table. Okay, so I just click OK. Right hand side we have pivot table fill list, and left hand side we have pivot table report. And as you know, we have four part of pivot table. I mean structures, filter areas, column areas, rows areas, and values area. So I'll just create a simple pivot table, department wise sum of salary. My report is created. I have placed department in row and salary in values area as usual. If you want to format this, you can. Let me to add one more field in pivot table. I just say average of salary I want to have, or I can have max of salary. You know well, I can drag same field twice in values area, and I click this arrow key of that field and value field setting because I want to change this to max of salary. And then I go here and I click max here and remove this salary to I remove. So I'm having this. I can go to design. I can change some design if you want. Design is not a matter. I always love tabular pivot table, so I go to design. In my entire pivot table video, you'll notice that always I just go to report layout and I say tabular, show in tabular because I love tabular pivot table format. Earlier it was known as classic pivot table. Classic you can do is still right click on pivot table, and we have the pivot table options. If you right click on pivot table, and we have their data tab, and here we have, sorry, we have display. In display tab we have classic pivot table layout enable. It's nothing but tabular. So if you notice in my pivot table, I have two existing, I mean two fields here. One is sum of salary, next is max of salary. Both are same field. Both are derived from one field of my master sheet, nothing but salary. If you see here, I need to add one extra fields, which is not a part of my main data. Let's say I want to say GST 18% of salary. I mean, the example I am giving you. Some taxes, maybe, let's say I want to calculate bonus as 5% of salary. So bonus is not part of my main sheet, master sheet, but I want to make bonus as a part of my this pivot table reports. This is called derive field, nothing but calculated field of pivot table. You can add such so many fields. Okay, so how to add those fields here? Normally we used to say hard code, like say bonus. So it's not a part of pivot table. I will not hard code it. The problem with hard code, tomorrow if you modify your pivot table structure, these hard code fields will go off. So I will not hard code by saying bonus and 5%, 10%. So I can derive these fields as a part of pivot table. So these are called calculated field of pivot table. For that, I have a pivot table report to be inside the pivot table. Then I need to go to the pivot table analyze options in ribbon. I have pivot table analyze. In older version it's called analyze, or in 7 or 10 it's called options. In this, when you click on this, the right hand side and the calculations tab, group, we have field items and sets. You can see here under analyze tab, and here if you see, the first option is called calculated field. I click on this. This comes under Analyze tab. Either it's Pivot Table Analyze or Option tab in Pivot Table. So be inside Pivot Table Report area, then go to Ribbon, click on Pivot Table Analyze or Option. In 16 or 19, it's called Pivot Table Analyze. In 19, it's Pivot Table Analyze. In older version, it's Analyze or Options. So I click on Calculated field here. This dialog box window will come where you need to put your calculated field name. I say bonus, suppose, and equal to formula need to be established here, equal to, I say I want to say bonus 10% of salary, so I can say 10% into, I can type SALARY, it's not case sensitive, or fields are mentioned there. I click on salary, then I click on insert field tab here. See, that is the moment you click on insert field tab, that is appeared in formula box. So finally I am saying equal to 10% into salary. You can also type salary into 10%, both are same. You can type it, you can use field by clicking insert field. Finally, after doing all these formalities, you need to click add button, otherwise things will not happen. If you click add button, you see this field is added, and these are not the core field of your master sheet, your source data sheet. This is the add-ons field for this report only, and this field will not appear in different report of the same sheet, same source data. So bonus is derived. Once you click OK, you can see bonus is a part of this pivot table report, but not, it may not the part of different pivot table report of the same data. And again, this is not a part of your main data, your source data also. So without adding bonus in source data, we can derive certain fields for pivot table report, and these are called calculated field. I may have one more or two more. So I just say, again I go there, same process. I say calculated field. I suppose say TA, and TA is say suppose 5%. So I just say 5% into I just say into salary. I can type there, or I can say insert field. So finally, if you see, I am getting TA as 5%. I say add, and I say okay. Again TA is added. I want to add one more field here, same process. And suppose I want to say a special tax is a field called a special tax. And suppose a special tax field is based on existing field plus some part of calculated field. So I want to say it would be the 5% of existing field, nothing but salary, plus 5% of suppose bonus. So the idea behind of this is a calculated field may be, so I click on bonus insert field. A calculated field may be based on existing field or based on calculated field, or maybe the combination of both. Finally I click add. This way we keep on deriving fields. Okay. Now, before final printout or before sending mail to client or your boss, we need to cross check this. Now, how to cross check whether the formula is written right inside or wrong? We can't go one by one and check your formula because it may happen. We have plenty of calculated fields. It will take time. I mean, you'll not get formula if you go and click there. It's not hard coded formula. So if you want to see your formula behind of this calculated fill, we need to go to same process, pivot table analyze options and fill items and sets. There we have one options called list formulas. The moment you click on list formula, this options, it will throw, Excel will throw list of formulas behind this calculated fill. I just say list formulas. You see these formulas are populated in one shot. You can see whether these formulas are right or wrong. If formulas need to be modified, there's no link that if you modify here will modify there. It just throw formulas behind calculated fill. If you want to modify your formula, we need to go to that report again, and same process, pivot table analyze and then fill items and sets. Click on calculated fill. You can go to drop down, you can select your fill, whatever field you want to select, and then you modify your formula and click on modify. You can delete your calculated field from here only by clicking on delete button. So this how we modify our calculated fill, and this how we add our calculated fill. Remember the last three columns, nothing but sum of bonus, TA, and special tax are not the part of your core data, source data, even not the part of different pivot table reports. So based on the requirement, we can decide, we can derive customized field known as calculated fill. And once you derive any calculated fill, these calculated fill are available whole life in this file. Why? Maybe tomorrow I'll show you if you make one more pivot table based on same source data after 1 year or 1 month or 1 day. Then Excel thinks you have derived. See, I'm creating one more pivot table. See, Excel thinks you had derived this field 1 year back or 1 month back or 1 day back. So maybe these fields can be used again in this file. So if you want to derive bonus again, no need to work, no need to start work from scratch. Just check these fields. This will appear. I mean, once you design any calculated field for a file, these fields are available for that file whole life. So next time if you want to add these fields, no need to design from scratch. Just go and check these fields. So this is how we add some customized field as a part of pivot table report without adding these fields into main data, I mean source data. Hopefully this will help you while doing pivot table calculations, and sometimes it's very useful because every time we want certain fields to be added and we cannot add those fields in our main data source data, otherwise at the end of year or month shape of so we had core 9, 10, 20 columns, maybe we are adding become 30, 40, 50 columns. So this is how to derive customized field known as calculated field of pivot table as per the requirement. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully this will help you a lot sometime, and especially while doing pivot table calculations. You can recommend to your colleague and friends also. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and like also. uh, I'll just shortly come with some new video, informative video. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you very much.